Okay, so welcome back. This is Kathy Sipple, and you are attending another Co-Thrive free webinar. We've got Kathy Hare from, say the name of your business that you want to be known for, Kathy.
It's Earth Heartistry.
Earth Heartistry, so like heart, like Valentine's Day heartistry. And she is, again, volunteering her time today to show us how to use a different webinar platform. She did a great job of showing us Wix yesterday, and I think many people on this call were about to abandon ship and leave their existing websites and go build a Wix site. But Kathy actually said that Weebly is her favorite, and so since she made Wix look so great, I'm really intrigued to find out what she's going to do with Weebly today. So if you did miss Wix yesterday, don't worry about it. You can get there from, you can take a look at it on YouTube. And to get there, you can just go to cothrive.org, go to the Learning tab, and you'll be able to see all of the past archived learning, including this most recent one. Okay, so great. Yeah, so Kathy, I see your area in chat, but it's not coming up in questions, so
Okay.
I'm just not sure why that
All right,
is.
maybe you can play around with it while I go through. But I'll start.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So hi everybody. Good morning. And again, thank you for coming at 8 o'clock rather than 7 for me. I dropped my daughter off at 7 o'clock. So it's wonderful, and thank you, Kathy, for having me here. And we did have fun with Wix yesterday. It's a very simple, very simple way of putting websites together, and it's also free. So to the basics, what I did show you everyone yesterday. So today I'm going to do the same thing with Weebly, and right now I'm putting up the price plan for Weebly right on the screen, if everyone can see that. And the starter plan would be $329 a month. Not sure why they have the odd numbers still. I haven't figured that one out, but I'm sure it adds up to something for them. And all of these things are included in the $329. Then you go to Pro or Business, and the additional things that you get with that would be a header slideshow and HD video. You still get video with even the free program, but you get HD video with the Pro and the Business, which actually does have a lot clearer faction to it. And then you have more site security and a membership option also to start a membership registration on your site if you wanted to go the distance with it. So they have all the bells and whistles, and the largest account would be just around $20 a month, so that's not bad at all. But what I'm going to do is to show you the free, what's available for free on Weebly today. So this is my account. All I've done so far is signed in with my password and come right in to this screen, which shows the listing of the sites that I have, each one of them being in my free account. Now, these are two that are already created here on the top, and so they have names, one being ElginFoodDay.com, and that means that if there's a just my own name, ElginFoodDay.com, that would be a site that I've already purchased the domain name for and moved it on over, and it's redirected to the Weebly. Now the second one has Weebly in the name, so that is a site that I have not yet redirected. So when I create websites for people, I create it first, and then we go through the process of getting the domain name and then redirecting it to that domain name. Now these two on the bottom here, I've just started for the prospect of this morning. So I want to do, if we have time, maybe two different ones. I just got a new client, which I was saying yesterday, to stop the Long Meadow Tollway from coming in through the Fox River and the Dundee Fox Valley area. And a lot of people are getting on board to do a petition to stop that because it will endanger our environment. So I thought, well, what better time to, to try and create a site for them, but with all of you watching. And it's a beautiful cause, too. So I'm just going to now go into the edit mode. So I'm going to just click on the first My Site that is blank at this point and click Edit, and you'll see it gives me a choice. It gives me a choice if I want to set up a site, a blog, or a store. So for this purpose, I'm going to do a site. And now it shows me the themes. I'm going to actually close my chat box since there's no chat in there for me anyway at this point. I can't read it, so okay. Now, I've taken the opportunity of going through their new styles this morning, and what I found would be in the unique set of styles, which kind of makes me sad, but in the unique set of styles is where I find some environmental options. Now, on Wix yesterday, we had some beautiful options right away on the environment, and that made me happy. But today we went into the unique options still to find something. So I just found this one here, which is Save the Environment. You don't necessarily have to do that. I mean, if you wanted to, you could change the name on any of these. But I actually like the background as well. It has some green trees, and there's a little bit happening. There's another one down here. It has, a bit of earthiness look to it. Something very simple, but you'd have to put this big picture behind here, and I really want to be a little bit more focused. And then here's another one where I like it because it has the green, and we could add in the picture and the focus of the long meadow tollway. And then this, actually, I think this was my second favorite for this project right here, which has this beautiful picture in the background. I can change these colors, etc. And the one right below it I also like too. And we could change those. But I think the best one right now is speaking to me for this particular site, and you have to go with your heart, is this one. It says it, and it has sort of a little bit of a, the ominous feel to it about what we're talking about. So, possibly losing our environment. It feels like that already for me. So that's what I would choose based on what I'm feeling. So let's just go to that. And then we're going to name it. And just real simply, I'm going to put in Long Meadow. And I'm going to spell it right this time. Here we go. And it's usually, oh, Long Meadow is taken. Interesting. Okay. Let's just say, I can change this at any time, so that's okay. Protect community. So I'm going to put, hopefully that's taken too, because that would make me feel good. It is. Okay, so I'm just going to, for the conflicts of time, I'm just going to put that. I can go back and change it. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and build the site. So here we are. And that is a very nice picture, and actually does reflect a lot of the woods around the river. So we're pretty good with that. But as far as design goes, you can go back and you can go back to picking another site, and you can go into picking a simple site or one that's more corporate edged. There's quite a few options over there. Okay. So now what we want to do is just go in here, and you would just click with your left button of your mouse, depending on what type of mouse you have. And then we're going to just put in here, protect our environment and our community. Okay. Now that is the font that they already had in there, which I want to change the font. And so in order to change the font, I'm going to move this up out of the way a little bit. I change the, put that on, there we go. Okay. Now we'll take, these are all your choices over here, and this across here again shows your design. You can choose your pages. Right now the pages are home and about and contact, which is pretty close to what I'd like to have, but I do want to have something that actually says, you know, to join us and to sign petition. So I'm going to change the about to that. So here we go. If we go up here to pages and we click down on pages, we can go right to, we have our pages listed on the left here, and I'm going to change the about page to sign the petition. And then just going down here, very simply, save and edit. Okay, and it automatically moved me to that page, and it's prompting me here that I can click this again and change the title. So I'm going to go ahead in there and sign the petition. And then I'm just going to right now take that part out. That's not going to show up. Okay, and then we could right here add, we could put in a contact form, or we can actually put in a link to sign the petition, which I don't have right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my pages and go back to home, and it'll redirect me there. What I want to do is to start to add in some of the information which I've saved on a Word document right here. So that makes it fairly easy for you to, when you're compiling your website, you want to put together a Word document or some type of a file for yourself that actually gives you all the information that you will need at your fingertips in order to construct the website. So I'm going to just close that for a minute, and I'm going to go in and I'm just going to left click right on text, and I'm just going to drag it right into this box and release. Now I have a text box right here. So I'm going to go back now to my document, and I'm going to highlight, right click, copy, and I'm going to paste it right in there. And it's kind of nice the way that they have this particular one set up. They actually have the color of ink set up in this, I forget the actual name of it, but it's a very light gray, and it's in order to save ink for the environment when you're printing. Now, if that usually for printing, I like it to be a little bit darker so that nobody has any problems reading it. But for printing purposes, I really like that color. It's nice. It saves an awful lot of ink. So I'm just going to pause for a minute and ask Kathy if you have anyone asking any questions.
Charlotte asked about, she said, I hope you're going to show us how to get the petition working, and I mentioned that we actually did that another week, and so I did post the link to the video where we already did that in the answer. So I showed people how to do that on change.org, so I don't think we need to pause for that one.
Okay. Yeah, and I would be, we would normally, I can go back and just show you though that where we would be able to put the link in to the petition group that Kathy is talking about. It would all, you'd be able to link it from the site and all that. So I'll go back and show that in a little bit. So this just explains, what this is actually directly taking from the Longmeadow Parkway corridor website, and explains what they're doing, how much money they're investing, where it's going through. And I think most of you are from the Indiana area. Is that correct, Kathy?
Sorry,
So I believe that.
I muted myself.
That's, yeah.
Actually, we've got Milwaukee, we've got Georgia, we've got Cincinnati,
Oh,
we've
okay,
got,
okay.
well, South Bend, Chicago. Yeah, but
Okay, okay.
kind of a little bit spread out from there.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, then you're, probably a little bit familiar or not with this area, but the Fox River I know surely does run up in through Wisconsin as well as, from Chicago. And I don't think it goes all the way into Indiana, but I could be wrong about that. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of bring you into to connection with the project. Okay, so now I'd like to put a picture, the picture that I showed you down here of the actual prospectus of how this is going to run through. So I just need to grab the image button right here, press with the left and hold it and pull it into that box. So it'll put it right inside. I could move it up and it could be a separate entity if I wanted it to be, but I like it to be in here, and it automatically fits all of the text around it really nicely. Now, in order to change and put in an image in there, I want to double click on it. Now I can upload a computer. Now normally you would have maybe some favorites. You can even go to a URL and grab an image, or you can search in your own files here that you would have established after a while. Right now what I'm going to do is upload one directly from my computer. And so I have quite a lot of files, as you will see. Let me just, because I showed the photograph down on that page that I just showed you, but I can't really take it from there. I could, but it's not going to be very good resolution. So the reason why I put it on there was really just as a reminder of that is what I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to go down here to Longmeadow. I have a file for it. Oh, not showing me my picture. Okay. All right, that's strange. Hold on. Okay, 215. Maybe I put it in here on accident. I was playing around with this morning and I might have done that. Here it is. Yeah. Okay. So you can see down at the bottom, it depends on what size it is, but it takes generally less than 30 seconds. This is a really high resolution picture. And just while that's uploading, the picture up here of the woods is nice, but I think I'd like to replace it with something that people might recognize. So I'll show you that in a few minutes. Almost there. But as you see over here on the left, you can add a title as well, which I'm going to do. And it'll just be a larger font. It'll automatically do that for you. You can also add a map of the location if you want people to come to an event, which this organization will be hosting an event, and eventually we'll have all that information. So it came in and it's fairly large. I don't really want it to be that large, so I'm just going to go down on the corner here on the right, and I'm going to resize it from the corner. And the reason why I resize it from the corner is so that I don't askew any of the dimensions of it. That'll keep it all just exactly how I wanted it. Now it's on the right this time instead of the left. If I want to move it, you see this little 8 dots in this box right here. That's kind of like your handle for everything. So you can move that right over. Well, you should be able to. Okay. Let's see. It may have been the way that I set that up. So I will leave that for right this minute and come back to it. Okay, up here, we can again put save our environment. And my keyboard, and just so you all know, all of the all of the letters have worn off my keyboard, the ones that are used most commonly, like my I's and my R's and my O's. So I need a new keyboard. That's what's happening with me sometimes when I hit the keys the wrong way. There's actually no letters on there. Okay. So I changed that there. You can either have it or you don't have to have it. And you can see how now this tab shows sign the petition. And you can have contact here, or you can have join us. You can change that name to whatever you want to. And you can put a button here that goes right to, you know, let's just say I can make the link here for signing the petition. I could put the URL right in there. I could just make it a link to the standard page or to a file or to an email address. I have all of those choices. So if we do eventually, well, we will set up a petition page through the way that Kathy was talking about, then I will just put the URL link right in there. And so that would be really nice, having it right on the front there. What I'm going to do with this image is I'm going to edit this image. Okay, now this is a pretty one. Okay, this is, it looks like there's a filter that they have put over this green image, and this is actually the image that is being used. So I love this image actually. So I'm going to go back. I can select my own again. I can upload from here, but I'm going to go back for right now because I'm going to see if this filter we hit right here on the little cog wheel. See if we can change that. Okay. It's not really giving me. So it must have been uploaded as that page with that color over it. So I'm going to go to upload from my computer again. And I'm going to find the page. I've got a beautiful picture of the area of how it is now with the river, and I just want people to really be familiar and, you know, let their heartstrings kind of feel into it a little bit. And sorry I don't have them in the correct folder. It would have been a lot easier the way that I had it normally set up. Okay, so I put it up here, and it shows this is the actual Fox River. And this is fading out. If I wanted to, I can fade out the words, the title. Right now I like it really, really plain, easy to see. So I'm going to say save and save it to all pages. You have a choice, you know, it makes it very simple. You want this for your header, you normally want to save it to all pages. If it's in the body of the website, then you might want to just save it to that page or to selected pages. For right now, we're going to save it to all our pages. Okay, and then you can also just delete this button if you wanted to, and you don't have to use it at all. You can change the style of the button. You can make it smaller. You can change the spacing, make that smaller. This is for all the text. Okay. Now, if you wanted, we show you already easily how to add text, how to add a picture, how to change your pages. Let's go to the contact page, because there's actually a form on the contact page. Okay, so here you want to add a contact form, which is right over here. And again, you just click on the left and you drag it, you hold that button down, and just plop it right in. And you can click to edit, join us is what I would say in this instance. Join us to protect our community and environment. I like to really say that a lot when this is a project that is needing people's attention right away. You just, particularly with something like this where you want to have them, we might not have that much time, probably about a year of going forward with it. Now the form options you click on so you can change the different things that are set up in here, and you can put your email that you want these to go to. Right now I have it to a food day email. I'm going to change that and put it to an Elgin basic email, so it'll go straight in there. You can call it contact form, you can call it whatever you would like, and that will come up in your email, so you'll see that in the subject. So I'm going to put in here Long Meadow, and then you can click to confirmation, so you can say thank you, your information has been submitted. That already comes on there as a default. Or you can say thank you directly for joining us and signing the petition. You can put the words, or you can put a link. And you can confirm it as a link if you like to. So if I put that in as a link and then I click that and confirmed it, that would work. So I'm going to go back. And the spacing again, it's, right now it's kind of medium, which looks good. I mean, you can go larger or smaller and make the type bigger, but I think it looks fairly nice right now. And then the submit button, you can put it in the middle, you can change it, you can say sign the petition, or you can say join us. I'm just going to leave it as submit right now. It's the most common way. And you can move it into the middle or, to the right, but it's fine on the left, so I'm good with that. So right now we have a beautiful place that will work for everybody. And right now at this point I'm just going to hit the publish button. Well, I'm going to hit save first. And you want to periodically keep saving your work. Sometimes, depending on your speed of your computer, all of this technical and the larger files of the photos sometimes may bog your computer down a little bit. So just continually save it and you'll be fine. And I'm also going to publish right now, which just means that I am putting it out there for everyone to see. Now you might not want to do that if you're going back and you're working on a website that has already been public. You want to wait till you're all completed with all of your changes before you publish. But in this case, this has not gone public yet. I've not announced it or approved it through the organization yet, so nobody's really watching what we're doing here right now. But that is something to keep in mind. You could also register a new domain right through Weebly. So if you would like to, keep this. Now this is something we're probably only going to use for maybe 6 months to a year. But say it is something that you wanted to set up for your business. You can actually purchase a web name, domain name, right here, right with Weebly. So they suggest it to you, and they're very reasonable. It works out very well. They have deals where you can get the domain and the website together, just like they do on Wix. And then you can also connect a domain that you already own. And there's it's actually doesn't come along with the free plan, but it'd be more of the professional plan at the prices that I told you, starting at $329. But you can do that. You can add it already to a domain that you may have purchased through GoDaddy or someplace like that. Anyway, for our purposes right now, I'm just going to go and stay with our Weebly. Continue. And staying with the Weebly, of course, it's going to say, you know, protectorcommunity.weebly.com right now, which is okay, you know, for some things, but it's nice to have a domain name. And domain names, if everyone's not aware, are generally about between $4.99 and $9.99 for an entire year, so they're worth it. Okay, and then to categorize your website, this starts to help you to understand how your optimization is on the web. So if this is personal, business, group, organization, education, wedding, portfolio, other, I'm going to put organization. And you can do a second one as well, and it is a nonprofit organization. And I'm going to continue. And it's again telling me that .com for protectcom.com is available, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. You can also share on Facebook if you've got your Facebook already linked. If I was to click on Share Facebook right now, it would prompt me to sign into my Facebook so that it would become aware of my Facebook or my Twitter same way. So you can also update your website here and it will automatically translate onto Facebook. But for right now, I'm just going to X out of that because I'm not prepared to do either. And it is published right now. And so, okay, let's go back in the pages to, okay, let's add a page just so you know what that's like. It's right here, very simple. I'm going to add a page. Standard page, blog page, store page, external link again. So let's add a blog page. Now this is, you can hide that from the navigation, meaning you can just have it as a link that people can go to, or it will be in your menu. I'm just going to leave it in the menu right now. You can shorten the header, you can take away the header, you can have a landing page or create a landing page or just a splash page, which means it's just more or less a holding page. It doesn't really look like the rest of your website. It might be something that you're just featuring through Facebook or separately. Visibility you can make for public, you can password, give people passwords, or specific members of your group can get into it, that you put their emails on. So that's all pretty cool. And there's advanced settings, and I know if I click this, it's going to say that you can add a page title here that would be a little bit more in depth, and that's something that you can go into later when you want to optimize this site. So you would put in all of the meta keywords. I would put in environment. I mean, I can put in some of them now, but it just takes longer to type. Environment, green, save the planet, the woods, the river. You can put in tollway, those type of things, and you can put in the HTML for those, which is a lot more advanced, but that is something that is possible that helps you to be optimized. So I'm just going to save and edit right there. So here's our new page, and this is our blog page. So they set up spaces for your archives of your blogs and the authors of your blogs and different categories of your blogs. All right, so here's the blog sidebar. If we want to put in a new category, we just put it in. It'll go into the sidebar here, and it'll add a new category. And it's just as easy as that, just moving it over and putting it in, and then I can change the name of that to the forest category, let's say. and we could change, we could put in a new author the same way, etc. I'm just going to break for Kathy. We're just a little bit over the half hour. Does anybody have any other questions, Kathy?
Yeah, there is a question or a string of questions kind of around one particular thing. So if you don't know this, don't worry. Do you happen to know if there's any way to let people that are submitting the form submit an image rather than just text?
That's an interesting question. Let me go back to contact form. We might be able to find something like that in the apps. Let's see. We have an RSVP form. I'm just going to drag it in here since we're just playing right now. Oh, I didn't want to put it in there. I'm going to go back to, let's go back to our contact page. All right. So generally, everything over here so we have the ability to create a survey. Let's see if there's, that's really great. And I don't see a picture. I mean, I know when I curate my art shows, I have them, I have a form on the website that they can complete for the artist call or registration application that is similar to this, but it has all of the questions, and that will all go right directly back to my email, but I have them attach their pictures separately, and I give them an address for that.
Okay. And again, I don't want to get us too far off of that. Maybe we can make that a work session and, you know, kind of a work challenge to figure out how to do that one thing. I mean, I can see how it could be beneficial if you wanted to say, you know, take a picture of the part of the river, you know, that you love the most, or the, you know, just to make it relevant to this. I can see how kind of crowdsourcing awareness about an issue, or environmental or otherwise, you know, you could use it in that art example like you just said, but it is a fairly specific, you know, technical thing, and I don't want to lose the flow of what you're covering. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, thank you. You know, one other thought on that real quick would be you can add a forum, and you can add pictures on the forum, I believe. So I'm just going to drag that in, and it's nice to see all of these. These are some of the forums that I've had going already, and you can add photographs with the forum, but we can talk about that another time, but just so you know that there is that. So that would be something that would be right there on the website that everyone who comes to visit the website would be able to see as well.
Okay, cool. And then I'm not sure if you mentioned before where you buy domains. Christine is asking, where are you buying domains for $4.99? And I don't think I heard you say that, but did you say that?
Yeah, well, I have gotten, you know, it's the more common cost is $9.99, but I have gotten domains for $4.99, and they seem to be, because there's more domain sellers, if that's a correct terminology, I'm not sure actually, but domain sellers than there used to be. There used to be only a few, and one of them that I always used was GoDaddy, and in fact it's right here. And let me go back. That is, I don't know, lose my space. They do now and then have a lot of sales, and they were running one just a couple of weeks ago that was only $2.99.
Wow.
So a lot of places are doing the sales now, but with Weebly and with Wix, the one I talked about yesterday, you actually can get both. You can get the domain and the, you know, with the Pro program that I showed you earlier, which is like $329 to $1954, and the professional one I'm just reading here real quick to make sure. I believe it's the, sometimes they actually will give you a domain if you set up. So it depends on what sale you're going to. Right now I could just click and go to upgrade to Pro, and it would give me what they are offering right now, but you can get the domain right on here. That didn't used to be the case a couple of years ago. You'd have to go to GoDaddy, and there was just a few, but now there's so many, so the prices are competitive. So I hope that answers that for right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see where we're at. We've got about 15, 20 minutes. All right, so I'm just going to, what I think I'm going to do is go back to the home page just because it's a little more set up, I suppose, that we were playing with. I would like to add, if you would like to, one thing I want to do is to add a slideshow of all of the beauty, like what we were just talking about. You know, showing what is it that we're going to be losing. I mean, as you can see, I don't think I can scoot this over anymore, but the tollway is going across river and through many beautiful protected woods, and but you still need to sign a petition to stop the highway. I mean, they're not building homes, which is protecting it, but they can put the highway through it, which is going to change the whole ecological system, and as well as the neighborhoods, the school systems, the way they walk to school, everything. So I like to really show a lot of our beauty that might be obstructed by this. And what you can do here is you can select which kind of slideshow you would like. So you can have the thumbnails, you can have it just simple pictures, and you know, there's a button to move to the next one, or you could actually have the little pictures below, or you could have more pictures, 8 pictures below, or you could have them at the top or the sides, or more pictures on the sides. I like this one. It's generally the one I would use. And then it can upload photos. And I guess I'll just upload a couple of whatever pictures that I find quickly here, because I don't want to waste a lot of time doing this for time constraints. And I'm going to add a little more picture. Just a couple of cute pictures that I have that have nothing to do with the environment right now. What's the next one we'll come up with? Oh, well, there's an earth. We'll use that. Yeah, Kathy was telling me yesterday to let people know I do photography and I do artwork, so I combine them both, and I do have those things. If anybody needs something done like that, I can do those things for you. Let's see, what else? I just want to find one I have of this beautiful little deer. Yeah, I'm not finding it. Not very good. Oh, there he is. Really cute. Okay, so I'm going to save that. And you can put as many as you want to in there, but you kind of want it to be a nice flow. And it shows you the little ones that are on here. And there's the deer, and that's actually right from around here. So he's just looking at you with those sweet eyes. So I think, you know, that is the one I would leave as my head picture. Now, I'd like probably maybe to move it up into the header even eventually. So I can do that by simply grabbing this box with the little dots and holding it until I get up into there. And you'll see when the light sort of, well, that didn't work, but moved it up to here. So I'm going to make it a little smaller maybe. See if that helps. They might have a little bit different of a lock on this header that I'm used to usually working with. It's a new one. I've never seen it before. But I'm going to try just to put something in there, and it won't let me. Okay. So that's something that I would I would like to let's see if I can find something that I could work on with you. I can't really. Okay. I don't want to waste time on that. So we have the contact forms. We have an embedded code. So that is something on one of the, actually a few of the websites that I've done. There's a code that you can download. Like one that's really good right now is for Earth Hour, which is March 29th, and that's when people all around the world are turning out their lights to conserve energy. And that's something that really shows up good on Google Maps, because they actually show you how many cities in the world have turned out their lights, and the lights are actually going down, and you can see that happening. But there's actually a code that you can grab from that website, which I won't go through all that right now, but you can grab it, and what it will do, it'll put a little like app that you can put right here. I mean, I'll just pull this over so you can see. And now it gives me a place right here, and I just can put the edit and put the HTML code right in there that they will give you. They'll say, here's your HTML code, and it'll be a countdown until March 29th, and it'll show you, 5 days countdown till Earth Hour, and it'll also explain different ways that you can save and conserve energy. That's one. There's other ones for the full moon and the cycle of the moon. There's a lot of different, there's a countdown to Earth Day if you go on earthday.org. And those are all HTMLs that you can grab from their websites, put on your website, and it'll show up like a beautiful little app with the moon or with the Earth spinning, and it'll show you how many people are doing that around the world, and it's really nice little addition that you can do. But of course there's a lot of other options for entering in HTML.
Could I just butt in real quick and
sure.
in case somebody's not doing one, I think a lot of people on the call actually would be very interested in all that you just said. But some more general examples are you can get the Facebook like button code, or a little Facebook widget. So if you just Google Facebook HTML code, it will take you right to the developer section of Facebook, and you can do that same thing. Just copy and paste the HTML. If you use an HTML email program like MailChimp or Constant Contact, they also will give you an embed form that you can just copy the HTML and put it right there. So it's very, very versatile.
Yeah, yeah, and it just so happens, Kathy, that with Weebly we already have social icons already set up, so you don't even have to do that for a lot of the things that you talked about. They already have. So what you do is you just pull the social icons over, and then you can edit your icons. So you can go right in here and you can put in your Facebook address, your Twitter address, your LinkedIn.
That's great. There are a couple more that will just show, like, 29 of your friends like Facebook, so there's some that are a little bit beyond the button, or you can
it shows that too.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah, it does, and it does on Wix as well. It'll actually even have pictures of all of your friends. So they've really advanced. They've come really, the free websites didn't have all of the bells and whistles, but they do now. So just wanted to let you know that while you were talking about it, and you can actually, make them larger, change the pictures or whatever you want to do. Wix, and it's funny, between Wix and Weebly, there's certain things that Weebly does better, and there's certain things that Wix does better. Wix actually, you can make your own design. You can put your own logo for the Facebook, which is, it's different. It's cool. I like that concept, but it's not always necessary. You can, so you can also add bookings, which is fairly new. And then this is something that it's a partnership, so you'd agree to the partnership with BookFresh. But I don't know if you probably know about that, Kathy. But you can actually create a schedule with your customers right here through this program. And I don't know right now what BookFresh is charging. but maybe that's another program for us. But you can actually set up a whole calendar so that people can come onto your website, and you can put this bookings, and you can say, here, find out when I'm available, and make an appointment with me. And it'll key right into your calendar. And then you have your feed reader for your blogs and your forums. You have an RSVP form for an event if you wanted to create an event. So these are, really nice. This isn't something that you can pay through, but you can add PayPal to it so that you can charge people to come to your event with not too much effort. I'm just going to delete that because we're running out of space here. This is the commerce. We can add a product that you wanted to sell, if you wanted to sell your artwork. Or I know there's a lot of artists on here today. So you would search your products. Maybe they have a category of women, but I haven't started any categories on here, so I could add a product. And, I could put a picture up of it. I could put the name, the description, the product type, the price, the sale price, the weight, a SKU number, all your basic information that you would need if you wanted to open up a little online store. You can even put coupons, categories, and create a little storefront and a shopping cart, just like you've seen on a lot of the other Amazon websites and other sale websites. You can do that all right here. Let me just see what the book quote is. I'm not sure that that's anything but just putting in your own quote. Doesn't really... Let's see if I click it. No. Okay. I was just personally curious about that one. So you just put in your own book quote there. I thought it might open up into a library or something, which would be, is probably the next thing. And then Google AdSense also. That's something else that you said. Sorry, honey, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I may have missed this, but because I was kind of trying to type some answers, it's not like I haven't been paying attention. Is there a blog feature? That's the one?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you already show us that?
I think so, but that might have been yesterday, so let me go look at it real quick. All right, so this is just while I have this up. It's it doesn't Weebly doesn't take any cut from your revenue or anything, but this is a way to generate revenue from your website by automatically showing ads. So you can actually ask them to select different ad companies that might want to advertise on your website. If you wanted to do that, you could earn a little extra money to do that. Okay, delete. Now let me find the blog. Yeah, that was the page that I did. I think I added it actually as, I don't think oh, maybe I didn't save it. Okay, so I'm going to add a blog page again and save. I thought I went through all of this.
I'm sorry.
And then I had the author. And no, it's okay. I did go through it, but for some reason it didn't save. But it does have the author's name, the archives of your blogs, and all that. And then it will let you know, like if you wanted to, you can add an image to that, or all the things we talked about. You can also add to the sidebar again, and add new categories. I think I went in there, and I don't know why it's not showing up. It's funny that, but I do remember going in there and changing it to forest. Okay, and so there it is now. Maybe because it didn't have it published.
So what I would just say, as somebody who's used WordPress for years and years and years, is both Wix and Weebly are much more what you see is what you get. WYSIWYG sometimes called, and it's very elegant. It seems like for somebody with few technical skills, you really can do quite a lot yourself, so that's definitely great. I think you're giving me a very hard case to present WordPress for the end of the week. I've gotten a couple comments in all caps, why again am I using WordPress? Because this is just very robust and you make it look, super, super easy. So
Yeah. And I didn't show you on Wix, but I mean, we can have like a side-by-side combat maybe sometime.
There you go.
comparing. But because there are all of the apps available on here as well. Once you on Wix particularly, they have a lot. They have just about every app that you can think of, and you can plug in that app. From the little bit that I know of that you showed me recently of WordPress. I think they're getting pretty close, Kath. So
I'll be building
I'll show
my
you.
case, but I'm keeping an open mind. I mean, I am really all about empowerment. Frankly, I realize a lot of my clients that I work with, they want to do it themselves, and I'm all for it. I'm all for letting them do it themselves. It really depends on what do you want to do, and certainly if you've got every capability within one of these programs, then I think this would be a great way to go. WordPress is what they call open source, so there are a lot of different programmers contributing pieces that make you allow you to be able to do virtually anything, but getting all those pieces to play nicely together sometimes can require a little bit of technical, and the themes too. I would say these look like a lot of different themes. WordPress, you can get just about any darn theme, but you've done a great job. I mean, I know we're almost out of time today. But,
I just want to finish up real quick with a couple of things. With the Weebly, the other really great thing about it is that you can have, or the Wix as well, is you still don't have to do it yourself. It can be done, but it can be done for you at a much less cost than a full HTML situation. But you have video. I just wanted to show you real quick that you can add in here as well. You can add audio, and you can also put documents in here right without even adding an app, and you can actually add a Flash player as well. So I appreciate everybody's time, and thank you so much. If there's any other questions, Kath, otherwise I'm done. But thank you.
I think
we worked out well today.
Yeah, we did really well. And then tomorrow you said you wanted to show people the website builder within GoDaddy. Is that correct?
Well, I just, it's not that I want to show that. I actually really, I think we'll just go with the wiki with you because the GoDaddy, it's where you buy the domain, and they also offer you a website builder, but it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. And all I was really was comparing and showing you that I don't really think that it's as good as Wix or Weebly.
Okay, I would tend to agree with you based on my limited experience. One client on this call has their site there, and I think is redoing it. And it hasn't felt all that intuitive to me, so maybe we could go through a few that are not our favorites, but just at least say why, introduce people to them, and really just want to give people a lot of choices. But I really think that the ones you did today are super valuable. Great. So join us back tomorrow if you'd like to learn more, and meanwhile you can check out the YouTube video of yesterday's program if you happen to miss that, or you want to see what we've been up to in prior weeks. We did kind of a website basics, improving your website or blog presence online, and that was more just from what are the elements that you want to include, looking at typography decisions, looking at color decisions, naming, all of that. So we went into much more global kinds of considerations, whereas this week is about the specific tools to build the site. And if you end up using one of these tools to build a new site, please post it in our CoThrive group online. I'd love to see you there to find out. So Kelly Herrera is asking, what is the YouTube channel to find the videos? Do you mind if I take control back real quick, Kath?
No, go right ahead.
Thank you. I'll just show you real quick where you can find that. right now, my business site is still called My Social Media Coach on Facebook. I'm working on rebranding it to CoThrive. But you can go to facebook.com/My Social Media Coach. That's one way to get there. And you can just simply go to the call to action button, watch video, right from the cover area. That'll get you there. Or if you'd like to go to cothrive.org, there's a learning tab, and it also tells you about becoming a membership tells you a little bit about becoming a member. Besides these free webinars, we also have virtual office hours where I can help you with technical troubleshooting and brainstorming on your own project. You can learn about that under Action, Join, or Donate. But under the Learning tab, you can get to the same YouTube videos under Archive Videos. Live webinars will take you to the calendar page to see future events. Also, for members, please feel free to list your own events. I'm really heartened to see that some of you are doing that. There's some really neat events that members are sharing. Some of them are online. Some of them are geographically based, so if you're not in the area, you may not be able to get there. Here's a cool one this week in my neck of the woods: look, feel, and be more fabulous and learn how to publish your book in 2015. So Christine Neal, who's on the call, that's one of her sponsored events, and she does a great job. So if that's something you're interested in and you're in the area, go check out our calendar. And please just explore in general. cothrive.org was just born last week. And if you want to watch last week's video series, you can actually see how that brand came to be and how that website was quote-unquote birthed. So again, thanks for joining us. We are out of time for today, but please bring your questions, bring your curiosity, and we'll be building more websites in the rest of the week. And thank you again to our presenter, Kathy Hare, for doing such a wonderful job. I am linking to her website from My Social Media Coach, from the CoThrive group page, and I'm going to insert links into the YouTube video too, so you can find out more about her if you're interested in her artwork or her design services, and she does a fabulous job. So we certainly thank her for her time and her talent.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody. We're going to go ahead and end now.